Happy Monday, West Michigan. Welcome to Fox 17 Unfiltered. I'm Max Goldwasser. The race to space has returned. NASA announcing it'll send humans near the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. Among the four-person crew, the first woman ever selected for a lunar mission. A woman born in Grand Rapids. Most kids dream of becoming an astronaut. We have one here who was born in Grand Rapids who is a real-life astronaut, Christina Koch. I got to know, is this something that you dreamed of as a kid, or did you always want to be something different?
I have always wanted to be an astronaut for as long as I can remember. I actually can't even say when it started. I think I was just a kid that wanted to be an astronaut and never grew out of it.
What is it about doing what you do that has drawn you to this very unique and intense, difficult profession?
You know, it changed over the years. I think I was drawn to the idea of being fascinated by space because I loved anything that made me feel small as a little girl. I loved staring into the night sky. I can remember being at my family farm just north of Grand Rapids and looking up at all those stars. And just even as a kid, thinking about what that meant, place in the universe. Never thought it would really happen, but made sure that I pursued my passions and one day hope to be someone that could say I could contribute to human spaceflight.
The family that you have in Grand Rapids, big farming family. You're doing something not even remotely close to that. What do they have to say about the astronaut in their family?
Well, they are incredibly supportive, and they have been my whole life. I credit my family in Western Michigan for absolutely instilling in me a work ethic, a appreciation of contributing, not complaining, being a part of something greater, making sure that you're part of a team, you're giving your all.
Well, speaking of being part of a team, you are part of a very special one now, being named to the Artemis 2 mission. Congratulations on that. What is the most meaningful part of this next adventure that you're about to embark on for NASA?
Well, thank you. And gosh, it's hard to look anywhere on the mission and not find a lot of meaning. There's meaning in the fact that this is the first time crew is going to be on the Orion spacecraft going around the moon and making sure that it does its best when we bring humans to the surface of the moon in the next mission. That's all part of a greater mission to go back to the lunar surface to stay in a sustained and responsible way. Take the lessons we learned there and explore even farther to Mars, where we can search for life and answer some of the big questions.
Yeah, you know something is so huge when President Joe Biden records a video message thanking you guys for the mission you're about to embark on.
The world just holds their breath when things like this happen, and I know you know it, but you know, the work you're doing is going to inspire countless people around our country and the world.
What was that like for you to get a message from the president?
It was stunning. I think knowing that someone whose leadership I've looked up to was behind us, I think it brings it to a level where you recognize that this really is for all of the country. It's in fact for all of humanity. And the fact that, you know, a leader on a world stage took the time to make sure that we knew how he felt about it, that he conveyed that support, really meant the world, and I think it got us off to a great start.
Let's get technical here for a second, because you're the first group in more than 50 years to even fly remotely near the moon. It's going to be a 10-day process. What are you looking for?
It is going to be an awesome mission. Absolutely. 10 days, flying 250,000 miles to the moon and back, and all the while making sure that we are doing every single thing we can to test every system on Orion that's there to support humans. There's life support equipment, displays and controls, exercise equipment, all the things that you actually need to put the human in human exploration. And this is the first time that they're going to be utilized.
Yeah, what is the domino effect that this mission could possibly lead to in the far out future?
Really, it's all about sustainability in a lunar presence. We're going to take what we learn and we're going to apply it to going even deeper. We're going to be exploring Mars, and Mars is a place where we can answer that huge philosophical question of, are we alone? And really, truly become interplanetary explorers.
What are your thoughts from the astronaut herself? Are we alone?
I think at this point, you know, we don't have evidence necessarily, but when I look out on the vastness of space from the space station, even from Earth, I see so many different stars, knowing each one of those stars might be another galaxy with many, many more stars and planets. It's hard to imagine a universe where we are alone, but I think that answering that question, and actually the human desire to answer that question, is a really exciting thing, that we've come to the technology, we've come to the time where we have the technology to start actually answering that question.
You are the first woman to be a part of a lunar mission. What kind of responsibility do you think you put on yourself to be able to inspire future generations of women who might be interested in your field or even might not be thinking about it at this point?
It's really a dream to potentially be an inspiration for future explorers, just like those that inspired me. People that I could relate to doing brave things was something I found inspiration in, starting with my grandmother in working on the farm and running the place back in Grand Rapids, all the way through to the heroes of the space program. Recognizing that maybe I could be that for more people is a huge responsibility. And I just try to share what I found led me to fulfillment, and that is following your passions, doing what scares you, supporting those around you. And if there's any message I could share, that would be the one.
Living out her dream and building more dreams for the future. Christina Koch, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you the best on your mission, and I hope to be speaking with you once again upon your return. If you can squeeze some time in for us next to your trip to the White House.
Absolutely hope to speak with you again. Thank you.